If you stumbled across this video, you might find the behavior change very informative and life-changing. If you're in 2300, my kinesiology 2300 class at Texas Tech University, I hope you find it very, very interesting. It's about our class. Chapter 1 is this week, Introduction to Wellness, Fitness, and Behavior Change. We have a self-assessment that kicks off the week on heart disease, on factors, behaviors that we can some we can modify, some we can't. We can't modify if a family member's had a heart attack. We can modify our own behaviors. And that's really the core message of this video is behavior change. Right? And so you can read through components of wellness, where fitness is a component of wellness. And then we get to, the back, and the back is meaningful to me because it's my story, and it talks about where we are in a fitness or lifestyle journey. That journey is a key. I think it's a word you have to use in today's modern YouTubing. Barriers you have to overcome, how to use goal setting, how to set goals, and how then to make progress. And so I'm reading from the book, and you have the ebook. There's only a couple. You wouldn't want this. There's only a couple copies in the world of the book, and this isn't actually all of it. So it starts in the book. I don't have the ebook in front of me, obviously. It's a behavior change case study, right? So it's notion of taking the materials in the textbook, in the ebook, and making them applicable to your life. And if you read, if you listen, if you watch, and if you say, wow, I need that help, you got my email, you got my phone number, call me. I'll help you. I've done this. I've been, if you've had struggles, I've been you. All right, so it talks about when I went to college. I went to college in '87. That's a million years ago. I don't remember it, but I remember this part. I took Russian, physics, chemistry, calculus. I was an aeronautical, astronautical engineer. I have no business being in that. I had no interest in it. It was the first box on the application form at Illinois to check. I checked that box. And people were all excited because I was in this pretty elite program. But I don't build things. I don't fly. I've never, as a roof in my front yard, I was never the kid who jumped off a roof, to play Superman. So that's my starting point. I go to college. I always say I'm from like a shallow water of Illinois, a smaller 2A town, and right next to a university town. It was overwhelming to me. I had these difficult classes. I had a very active high school time, very, very active. And all of a sudden, whoo, the brakes are put on because now you have to study. You have to study a lot. I say that I easily gained 15 pounds a day, let alone in a semester. And so what happened is I had to hit the brakes. I had to, the brakes were hit on me on being active. Now I had to hit the brakes on like figuring out what I was going to do, right? What was I going to do? And I did use goal setting. I did pick up books. I did do things, action items that helped me to write this book, actually. So I wrote some goals. Here's some goals in the ebook that I wrote. I like to gain control of my time and I like to gain control of my time to make time for exercise. To do this, then there's a long paragraph, right? Things I have to do. So what did I do? I enrolled in basically, as at Texas Tech, a PF&W class. I enrolled in a PF&W class at Illinois, so I had a reason and a time specifically mandatory that I was going to go and be active. And I had a great teacher. Goal 2, I was going to go to the Career Center because I had 4 majors and 4 semesters, and that was before I set this goal. I had 4 majors and 4 semesters, right? And so then I followed behavior change principles, right? I made a list of my barriers to change. Here's my barriers. These are barriers I had in 1987, early 1988. I have terrible time management skills. I don't know anyone who plays basketball. Actually, I don't know anyone at this university because I love playing basketball. I have trouble saying no to snacks late while studying. I still do. Band takes up way too much time for 1 hour credit. I was a snare drummer in Marching Illini. I don't like my major. Bingo. I don't know where to start concerning healthy stuff that's not associated with competitive sport. And then I also set this, a dream goal. Didn't tell anybody about really. My family, but to go play some basketball anywhere in the world, and I'll post pictures of that. I have a couple photos, and I cling to them for a lifetime. So what happened, right? So what happened? What happened is this is what happened. I got back into it. It says I wrote this chapter. It's somewhere in the text. I get lost. I don't wear my glasses because they reflect off. There it is. They reflect off the thing. I'm 44 years of age at the time of writing this. I weigh 157 pounds, my high school weight. That's an awful stat when you read that stat, that your healthy weight is your healthy weight that you were in high school. That is very difficult to maintain. So this morning I weighed 157. I'm not 40, I'm not 44 anymore. I'm gonna cry. I'm not 44 at all. I'm 51. I trained super hard. I took the class. I took another class. I went to see a career counselor at the University of Illinois. He didn't lead me down the wrong path. He opened up doors so I could sit and think about what I really wanted to do. And I ended up being a psychology major. I was so fortunate. Got an honors program for research because I was a good student. And I got into sports psych in 1989. I've never done anything else. I've coached. I've made $45 as a volunteer assistant. I've done other things. I was a janitor forever, which is in another video of mine. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with making a living, trying to get through school. I recognized that I was on the wrong path. That's step one. That's always step one, is self-awareness. And that was really easy. I just had to step on a scale. And I realized, look in a mirror, I was on the wrong path. Look at my eating habits, I was on the wrong path. And that self-assessment for this chapter about heart disease will help you see if you're on the wrong path. I set some goals. I use basic, the SMART principle, goal setting. It's not hard. It's in the text. It's not hard. Back in the day, I don't know how I found it. I took an intro to psychology class at Parkland Community College. That's probably how I found it. And I loved everything about that, and got into psych as the story goes on and on and on. But then I actually did something, right? I have a book down there. I used to keep a book of all my activities, and I still basically do. I don't need to do it so much at 51 because I have a lot of routines. But I started that at 7 a.m. I'm going to do this. At 7:30 I was going to do that. Here's the stuff, and then I blocked the time for physical activity, and then I would do things like what? You go to the store and you buy carrots. Are carrots fun to eat? Not without peanut butter or not. They are no fun to eat. And when I'm on my deathbed, I just want my wife's chocolate cake. I mean, that's all I want. I don't want any more carrots. Recognize where your barriers are. Be aware of those. Use goal setting and make change, right? And it takes a lot to make change. If you watch this video, you're in class and you go, "Ha, that guy really, really wants to help." I do. Call me. Let me help you make change. Use the materials. Let's have a great week. See you soon.